Canada's up next, round 9 of the season 4. We are flying through the season, by the way. At least it feels like it. We currently lead the constructors by 27 points in the year of the poopy points. And Pierre Gasly leads the drivers' championship by, what math is that, 26 points? So we have a sizable lead, thankfully. And we have a lot going on. 4 days until race weekend, but start here with some dev points for both of them. Mixed control is now an 80, which is lovely. So that's lovely. Control is 80. We'll now probably go back into reactions on his next points, and we'll go from there. For Pierre, we are going to put it into his reactions. Keep bumping that up. Is it 24? No, it's 34. No, it is 34 points. My apologies. Pierre Gasly is 34 points ahead. I can math. No one gets to make the math joke. No one gets to make the dumb joke because we're both dumb. Yeah, exactly. Yellow cards for everyone involved right here. That's pretty bad. Dev points galore. Oh, we are perfectly even. We are going to go with the underfloor because with these ground effect cars, I'm learning it is key to have plenty of downforce on the underfloor. We are going to put this into our turbulent area left and right. We're going to go with airflow sensitivity. Our other race engineer has some done. We are going to go with pit crew management. I want to click pit crew. It is back on tire changes. We are likely not changing that again until that hits 1 million. We'll be all right, I promise. Reach Q3, 2 cars, qualifying position. We're gonna go 2 in the top 8. We're getting frisky. You know, I was talking about how I wanted to start divvying up the upgrades. Finish position, we can do this one. We're gonna do 2 in the top 8 finishing position because I have trust. I like that. 29 days is a little rich. We're not gonna do another sneaky research. We are just gonna vibe. That's it for now. That was very hectic. Let's go to the race weekend. I mean, Lewis retired like immediately. K-Mag, let's go. Cujo, welcome back. You're watching me. Very exciting quali here. Whoa, Mick is in 11th? Since when? Oh, I missed that. Oh, I missed that severely. I think he should be fine. He is fine. He's fine. All right, bang these in. Yeah, dude, they I don't know what you want me to say. Just in case, dude. I don't know what you want from me. All right, Mick, let's see it. Yeah, I best see some improvement here, Mick. Green, perfect. Green, perfect. Comes through, bangs it in, perfect. Wait a Mick didn't improve? Mick! Bin. Immediately. Arma. What is that? What is that, Mick? Gone. In the bin. Actual. Mick Schumacher's contract with Haas is just revoked. That's horrific. That's horrific. Actually, Lando banging in times, by the way. That's horrific. Horrific. Over 4/10 off the pace. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I can't believe you've done this. All right, Pierre. Let's get it. You're gonna have to make up 5/10. 5.5 tenths on Verstappen to put it on pole, Pierre. Let's see you do it. Well, dude, I really didn't realize Canada was such a short lap. I think that back stretch really throws off my perception of how long Canada is. Goes green first sector, things you'd love to see. Green second. I'm not seeing very many purple sectors, Pierre. Get a toe. Getting a toe from Perez. Imagine the dream. Into the final chicane. Across the line. Oh, 1 point. He goes purple, final sector, but not enough. Pain. I mean, he's going a lot slower. I want to see. Oof. Oof. It's pretty quick. 21-0, 21-6-8. 21-0, 21-6-8. 21-0, even. 21-6-8. That's a 10th. Yeah, that's the 10th right there. Unfortunate. First row for Pierre, though. First row, though. First row, though. Hey, we've won from the front row. And you say that would be contract con. You don't give more than one chance. Woof. All right. Nonetheless, gotta do the pro stuff here. All right. Strategy. Gonna reign around between lap 10 and 12. We are going softs to start because if you're not, you're throwing, and then enters to the end. Aggressive enters to the end. I think this is also good for Mick. We'll keep Mick on as fresh as tires as possible. Extra lap of fuel, pushing off the rip. Let's go. Canada Grand Prix. Incoming stuff.
I don't want to tempt fate, but there are quite a few clouds overhead as we
Yeah,
look at
you
the
know,
lineup.
Badgerman's here for tire strategy. British is here for engineering strategy. Cujo's here for vibes.
After an impressive qualifying performance,
Chief Vibes Operator, CVO.
Just behind pole. This is it. We're moments away.
Moments
now
away.
at the Canadian Grand Prix.
All right, that's a lot of softs.
And it's lights out and away we
Who's throwing?
go.
Who's throwing? Verstappen throwing. Verstappen throwing. North, Russell throwing. Perez throwing. Magnussen always been throwing, never stopped throwing. Ocon in the bin. Sainz in the bin. Mick has the best tires above. Attaboy, Mick. Get by Kevin. You're like, Cujo, Marty didn't take my job.
Haas with an overtake there.
Oh, Mick's flying. Mick up into the top 9. Beautiful stuff. I mean, we're literally flying. Like, goodbye. Pierre 1.7 up the road. Easy game is easy. I mean, Mick is up 3 spots from the beginning. Like, and he even had a look up Perez right there. A long way to go. A long way to go. All right, that rain got pushed out a little bit. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Come on, Mick. Get around him. Extend. Extend. Dive. Pierre wins by 20 seconds, calling it. I would hope so. We gave him the best strategy possible. DRS is enabled, Mick. DRS is enabled. Come on, Mick. Make it. I know it's Checo. I am aware that it's Checo. We need to make something happen here. You have no ERS. We got something needs to budge. He's on mediums, Mick. What are we doing? Come on. What's endgame here? Mick for world. I would love to give Mick a world championship. That was kind of the idea, and it looked. I mean, all right, we're gonna have a real talk. All right, hold on. We're gonna have a real talk about Mick Schumacher. McGinn Dog, thank you so much for the $3. I don't know if that had a message attached to it. If it did, I didn't see it. I'm really sorry. Thank you so much for the $3. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping in. With the walls he's hitting, no, that's very fair. Yes, he did hit the wall of champions very, very hard. All right, we're gonna have a real talk about Mick Schumacher's relationship with this Haas F1 team. Does one have to hit the wall of champions prior to winning? It's semantics. You know, I'm new at this. I see wall of champions. My brain immediately goes, oh, obviously only future champions who are new to this sport and are definitely going to win a world championship at some point hit that wall. That's definitely what it means. Don't quote me on that. But we start the series. I will be the first to raise my hand and say I love the idea of Mick Schumacher being great in Formula One. I will be the first to admit it. It is a personal choice. I am well aware of the logical flaws in that. So we go through the first season. The first season is the first season. Haas, not a very good team. Mick paired up with Kevin, kept it pretty much the same. Wanted to keep an air of realism about this series. Still have. Still doing pretty good about that. We keep him through. We debate at the end of the first season, are we going to get rid of Mick? We decide, no, we're not going to be Haas in real life. We're going to give Mick another season, another chance. You know, we're going to develop the car more. We're learning. We're growing. We give him another chance. Halfway through season 2, we decide, no, it's too much. We have to get rid of Mick if we're going to seriously contend for, you know, constructors championships and all that. So we decide halfway through, yeah, we're probably going to start looking elsewhere. Then the end of the season rolls around, end of season 2. Mick Schumacher on the podium in Japan. And then like has like 2 or 3 like top 5 finishes at the end of season 2. And so we go, well, he's got momentum now. We can't get rid of him. We keep him on for season 3. But we do make a decision. Kevin Magnussen, absolute bin. In the bin. The biggest bin you can find. Kevin Magnussen was in it. Season 3. Bring in one Pierre Gasly. Pierre immediately comes in, blows Mick away. Obviously, it's Pierre. But Pierre provides a much better, more stable spot for racing as compared to Kevin, so we can live with it. Mick slowly gets better over the course of last season. We hit our long-term objective of 25%, a 25% podium rate. We ended up with 50% on the season. We're vibing. We immediately, as soon as we hit 50% podiums, we stop, rip. No more development of the car, hard stop. We kind of fall down the order. The end of the season, we're not going to talk about the end of the season. The end of the season was rough, but we knew that going in. We're fine with it. So this season rolls around. We are developing this car harder than I've ever seen in my entire life. Pierre is currently on a 5-race win streak in what was in the beginning of the season the best car on the grid. Mick in the same car was a good 2 to 4 tenths slower consistently. Even in, and if you're watching the YouTube series, the next 2 videos coming up are a 1-2 for Haas, spoilers, where it is the most dominant win you could think of. So you would think, oh, maybe Mick is going to challenge Pierre for a win. No, 5 to 8 seconds off the pace. Clearly not up to snuff. And so then last session, we're getting there. Don't you worry about it. So I'll also point out, because it's important to the next part, as British alluded to, he was not there that day for the back-to-back 1-2s by 20-something seconds. He was not there yet. So what does that mean? That means as soon as British comes back, guess who bins it multiple times in practice and multiple times in the race? These guys. And so Mick is now in the bin for good, I think, because he gets knocked out in Q2 in a car that's on front row, leading by 4 seconds, kind of slow. So I want to be in the future, after we win a drivers championship and a constructors championship, bring Mick back, put him in the most dominant car I can put him in, and see if we can win a world championship. That's where we're at. What's going on? Fuel's good. Tires, beautiful stuff. ERS, Mick still has none. It said wet weather predicted. It says damp. It's gonna be damp. You have a clip that says otherwise? I bet you can't find it. Just bet you can't. And so that's the long version of a short story involving my relationship with Mick. I want to win him a driver's title. The problem is he's not good enough to do that right now. I'm trying to win multiple constructors, multiple drivers championships, and I think we're going to need another driver in a car, another driver at or above Pierre's level to make the dynasty that I'm trying to make when it comes to F1. I would love to bring him back. You know, I really want to bring him back eventually. He'll end up in another car. I've developed him enough that he'll get a seat somewhere else, and we'll be able to bring him back later. Mick is still hanging out in P9. 1.8 seconds ahead of Ocon. Pierre 5.5 seconds above. Yeah, fuel's fine. It has not started raining yet. It says it's gonna be damp in 1 minute.
There's more rain now, so just watch for slippery conditions.
Copy.
So we box Pierre first. Yeah, so we box Pierre first. We can definitely, yeah, you're right. We can definitely double stack. It said it was gonna, I mean, it's damp. It says it's gonna get wet. All right. My chief strategizing officers of a collective strategizing officers. It says it's gonna get wet in 12 minutes. Inters? I mean, if this is wet, what's this gonna, I mean, if this is wet, then we need wets. I'm just saying. You're the strategy guy around here. You're the, if we make a mistake, we'll own it, we'll move on. I mean, Pierre has a 6.5 second gap. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna hover, which is my thing. I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see. If we have to pit again to wets, then so be it. But all right, Pierre in the box. Pierre is gonna be flying, by the way. All right, now we're good. We're good. We're inters. All right, strategy averted. Strategy averted. We're good. Who stayed out? Who's throwing? Norris, Bottas, Leclerc, Zhou, Ocon, Vettel, Maloney, doing in the bin. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. We are in a net, basically a net P3 right now with Mick. Gasly overtakes Leclerc. We're gonna hop over here. We're gonna throw it into overtake. Push. We need to be flying right now past all these guys as soon as we can.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Thank you. All right, Mick, your turn. All right, they're in the box. Mick P2, the strategy works. Mwah. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Haas 1-2 once again. 2.3 seconds ahead of Verstappen. Oh, we're flying. Absolutely flying. All right, what do you guys want to talk about for the next, I don't know, however long this race takes? I'm gonna say, don't dare say that was all on Mick. No, that was definitely not about Mick at all. Yeah, we did. Yeah. So I don't think it was her. I don't think that. I don't know. I assumed that she might. I don't know. I thought maybe she was like downloading a new game or playing a new game or something like that. And so, but I went upstairs and she was just watching TV like she does all the time when I'm streaming. So, who did it? Who am I retroactively throwing in the bin? Who did it? Oh, this was the easiest 1-2 of my life. Russell in a bin? Russell! Oh. These auditions. Russell George, the audition is not going well. It is not going well, my friend. That's all I'm saying. It is not going well for you. DRS was still enabled. Did I see that right?
Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
Oh, dips the toe into the grass again. Feeling the pressure. In the bin, runs wide. Those are my favorite. Drive up to the wall, spin, wham.
Really disappointed with that.
In the bin. Here's my problem. I can't remember if
Safety car. Safety car.
George is on, Orlando is on a new contract yet. I can't remember. Was he on wets? That's a great question. I don't know.
Have a look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
No, that's Inters. That's Inters, all right.
That is
Wow. Nobody's on wets, probably smartly, if I had to guess. Well, safety car, huh?
Energy's good.
Well, we're gonna get our fuel saving back, and we're gonna get our ERS back, which is probably good for Mick, for being honest. In the bin. Unfortunate.
Safety car will be in this lap.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround.
Copy.
Looking blue from where you're set, but also on mobile, so yeah, that's fair. All right, Pierre. Oh, not what I wanted.
The brakes are really poor.
It's ridiculous. What is that?
Copy.
What was that?
Look up there. Let's see what happened there. Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly. Just a bit too heavy on the brakes, and they've locked up. And that was a bitter blow for the team, and it may have really hurt their overall chances.
Who else is looking for a job? Carlos? Carlos could be interesting. I mean, Max has got to be coming to the end of his Red Bull contract too pretty soon. Just saying. Checo just got a new contract. I'm gonna stay away from Daniel. Bring Kevin back? Imagine. We're not bringing Kevin back. Valtteri. I feel like if I was gonna bring Valtteri in, it would have been like way at the beginning. Dude, is it stroll time for Haas? We're gonna stroll the entire grid.
Haas with an overtake there.
Albon. You know, we were talking about Albon earlier. Charles is in the band, but he did just get a new contract with Red Bull. That's probably a big contract. Seb. Imagine we bring Seb in. That's interesting. Hey, I like these shorts. All right, they're fun. Yeah, I know. I brought him in on another save I have, and it didn't really work out. I was very sad. The idea of it just works so much better than reality, unfortunately. They are fun. Hey, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. You're not gonna tell me you look at Lewis Hamilton selfies and don't go. Can we talk about how Mercedes is now fully aware of the meme going around on Twitter about how when Lewis Hamilton posts their straps, someone in the F1 universe gets fired? Are we gonna talk about that? Because I find it hilarious. As someone who isn't a Lewis fan, no, that's fair. That's fair. They posted, what was it, this morning or yesterday? Just a picture of Lewis and said what kind of drama is gonna happen in F1 today or something like that. It was pretty funny. Mick is doing a pretty good job of defending against Max right now. Yeah, you saw it and so yeah. It was pretty good. It was very aware. I enjoyed it. It was very aware. Alright, Mick is now behind Verstappen. It's less than ideal. Why did I go down to 1 times? Oh, it's now below 4. Aston has the best admin so far? Really? You think so? I've been, I'm definitely biased because I'm a Haas fan, but their TikToks are mega. They do have really good TikToks. I will say they definitely have really good TikToks. I love the Haas admin who is just like adamant on just like being involved in everything, but like in a really funny way. I'm always been a big fan. All right, I don't think we're winning this race, mainly because Mick is in the lead right now. But the real question will be, is any of the other teams going to do a 2-stop or another stop from here? And the real question is the grid going to be spread out enough for that to matter? I don't really want to stop again if the field isn't going to spread out more than this, because we're just going to be coming out in traffic, unless we can put in like a mega gap over the next 15 laps or something. But at this point, we've been on aggressive for so long that we might have like locked ourselves into another stop. I could convert. They will stop, and if they don't, they're throwing. That's fair. I guess we'll see. We'll have to see. I think we're committed to our strategy at this point. The safety car really threw a wrench into it, not only because of the obvious, but the fact that Pierre had like a 10 and 11 second gap to Mick, who had a 3-second gap to Verstappen. That would have been lovely to keep up. All right, let's jump on board here with Pierre and see if we can get him by Carlos here. All right, that was a terrible exit. Oh, that's a run. Oh. Damn. Alright, now let's hop on board and see if we can get Mick past, what's his name? Yeah, I know, that was close. That was touch together for a second. All right, let's see a dive bomb down into the final chicane. His name Exam or something like AMX. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not even lying. Come on, Mick, the run! The run into turn 1! We're on the outside! Oh, he's flying! Attaboy. See, Pierre, that's how you do it. That's how you make it work. Carlos doesn't have the pace, but neither does Pierre with no ERS. But neither does Perez on us, and Ricardo is now 6.5 seconds behind. Much longer till... I mean, inters last forever. I'm not gonna lie. Inters last a very, very long time. There we go, the inters. Woo! Oof. World's best GP next. That's true. It's the only one. It's the only other one we're doing here, and we're gonna have new front wings, so we better be flying, British. We better be flying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, energy's good.
Okay.
We're not okay on fuel. Tire check. I mean, everyone's fine. We have 11 more laps to go, and we gained a 1.5 seconds to Ricardo on that last lap. So if we continue to do that, we'll be pushing a pit stop between us and P6, which I'm here for, personally. I am here for it. I really would like Pierre to get around Carlos here, if I'm being entirely honest. I think that would be pretty good. Stream froze, what are you here for? I was saying that we currently put about 1.6 seconds onto Ricardo that last lap, and if we do that over the course of the next 10 laps, then we'll put about a pit stop between us and P6, which I was saying I'm all here for. So when we make our next stop, then we'll 19, yeah, actually we'll be like right there if we can gain, you know, I mean 125, 121, I mean that's 5 10 6 tenths. I mean we're going to be pushing it pretty close. Yeah, so the idea that we're going to be able to just push tires, everything pretty much till the end, I like a lot actually. If we can actually also have Pierre kind of occupy Verstappen here, that would be great. Keep him from attacking Mick because he's too worried about defending us. Would be lovely. I would love Kevin Magnussen to also do that for Ricardo, slow him down a little bit more. We kind of stopped gaining as much as I was hoping. But nonetheless, we are relaxing. We now have a second gap between us and Perez. Love that as well. But, the ha. It's all about the same. Gearbox is a little worn, but not too bad. Max is gonna take out Mick. He better not. Legitimately, this is actually Mick's best opportunity for a win in like a while. Oh, down the inside.
Was that a crash? Multiple cars, I think.
Copy. Copy.
Did he crash or did someone crash into him?
Car in the wall.
Copy.
Did it already pop the
Drop back a bit.
thing?
Copy.
Who else did he take out? Sainz?
Yes, lift and coast.
He took out Carlos. Incredible. And Perez? Them both? Did he take them both out? Nope, wrong one. Oh my god, he took them both out. Oh my goodness. Wow. What is happening to Haas F1 Team? What is happening? I'm glad that Pierre is trying everything he can to help Mick become world champion. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a great way to put it. He already was having component problems. He was having... We were already gonna have to take. Oh, we're gonna have to take so many fucking engine penalties. I went on a whole rant. About he was coming in and being the uber consistent one. And then he comes out multiple times in the last 2 days that we streamed. Yeah, I know. He's already like, before this race, he was a full set of engine components ahead of Mick for some reason. I don't even know why. But now it's gonna be, it's gonna be worse. He really, you know, Pierre is really trying to help Mick stay, because I'm not gonna be able to afford to hire a new driver because I'm not gonna have any money. I'm definitely not gonna have money for a whole new lineup. Only for car development facilities, operational and team facilities don't count. True. Red Bull is doing that in real life.
The control line, and there'll be 2 laps with no DRS.
Copy.
Eating, however, does count. Yes, feeding your staff does count. We know this. I know. I have so much space in the cap. It's not even funny. Next year we might get close though. We're definitely, if they stop from here, it's an easy win for Mick. Otherwise, I mean, we're gonna have super good tires compared to everyone else for the rest of the race. Honestly, I'm half tempted just to let Mick sit behind him and just vibe. He's on these early, so I wouldn't recommend aggressive too much. Fair. See, that's what I'm trying to decide. Do you think it's better just to go normal, wait till their tires fall off, and then boom, fly away? That's kind of what I'm thinking, because I mean, we have a lot better pace than Daniel anyway. You have a tire advantage, use it. British says yeah. Badger says use it. I'm gone. Get past pole gap, you know. I know. Oh, easy. Easy. GG. Nah, Mick's clean. He's clean. Easy. Easy game.
Haas with an overtake there.
Easy game is easy. I'm gonna cringe every time we get to the wall of champions from now on. Also very true. It is now wet. I'm gonna take off ERS for now. Yeah, Badger. I'm kind of half on British's side right now. Mick's history is spotty, to say the least. Like every inch of will to live to make Mick a 2024 World Drivers Champion, but he managed to do it. That's totally fair. Oh, they're in the box. They're in the box. We're flying. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
You've been here a hot minute, man. Is incredibly, because he is incredible. To be fair, one would argue, British, that he's been very consistent. One would argue he's been extremely consistent. The problem is it's not his level of consistency. Wow, they're on wets. Oh, they're throwing. Oh, they're actually throwing. Oh, actually throwing. Wow. Yeah, they'll box again for inters. Yeah. Oh my god, they're actually throwing. Oh my goodness. Actual throwing. I'm gonna save a little bit of fuel. Just for later, just in case. Verstappen back in the pits. Oh my goodness, back in the pits. Back on inters. Oh, he's actually throwing. Oh my goodness. He's back on inters. Red Bull with a nightmare. Oh my god. Oh, Red Bull. Oh. Oh. As soon as we say that, it buckets down over the... Yeah, true. Dude, what is Red Bull doing? They put both drivers on wets immediately before it comes back to inters. And then they immediately call Verstappen back in. Oh, throwing. Yuki, close to the points. You can definitely thank the throwing Red Bulls for that. Who is Mal? Don't. All right, you have to guess. I'm not going to tell you. You have to guess. No, it is. It is not Maldonado. It is not Maldonado. Imagine, yeah, that would be hilarious though. Is there a Maldonado? Malvestity? These are all names. These are definitely all names. British, I'll let you handle this. No, I refuse to live through Maldonado again. Yeah, the only thing I know is that he's a newer driver. They put Verstappen 7 seconds behind Van Dorn. The Aston Martins are not in last, and I refuse to accept this. The fact that Stroll and Van Dorn are not going to get last in this race is a travesty. What are we doing here? Let's speed this up a little bit. Hey, one Zane Maloney making his Formula One debut for AlphaTauri. Pastor and Nikita can go and live a happy life together in Spinsville. Yes. Yellow flag. Who done it?
Was that a lockup on
Oh, don't do this. You know, if Yuki and Albon stay this close towards the end of the race, I want to hop on board with them and watch that. Because I want to see if Yuki can get that Williams points. Malvestity would have been weird considering he is the worst rated driver at the start of the save with a 32 overall. Woof. Pastor is still Williams' last win. That is a fun fact. Can we talk about the absolute Chad that is Mick pulling a 10-second gap on Ricardo when they burned the evidence of how he won too? The truth does hurt sometimes, you know? It does hurt sometimes. Mick is catching up to a Ferrari. I repeat, Mick Schumacher is catching up to a Ferrari. No, you better not. Is Mick going to catch Carlos, though? That is the real question. I'm guessing Carlos has, like, chassis damage or suspension damage or something. Because there's no way that Mick should be... Yeah, there's no way Mick should be catching him like that. Fire in the garage. What a coincidence. Okay, hey now. The game does crash a lot. We know that the game crashes a lot. The game crashes a lot. What can I say? There's Joe spinning. The game just, you know, the game's unstable sometimes. That's, you know, it's just how it goes. Oh, Yuki, no, catch up to Albano. You can do it. What tires is Yuki on? Oh, 56% enters. Oh, I think the dream is over for Yuki. I think the dream is over.
Rain, all clear.
The rain has stopped, but it's still gonna be wet pretty much the rest of the way. I can tell you played the game for almost 500 hours and you had exactly 0. That's weird. You know, that's really weird. Convenient, some might say. You've had 2 and 11 game years. There you go. Proof. The proof is in the pudding. It happens, you know. It happens. I did actually have the game crash one time. No, I mean multiple times. But like once when it was like the most random, you know. Like it was during a race. Like it never usually happens during a race. It's usually during quali, which is weird for me. But one time it did crash during a race and I had to start it over. You know, when you're streaming, you know, you say a lot of words. Sometimes things just come out. So, no, what I meant to say, I explained, is that one actual game crash in the race. There were many game crashes during quali, which is weird. Like you know, it usually happens after Mick does something dumb, and you know, the game just can't fathom Mick doing something dumb, and so, you know, they call, you know, Mick as well. All right, we're gonna 16 times speed to Mick's last lap, and then we're gonna watch a Mick Schumacher win
Last lap.
as it's about to hit dries.
Track is pretty dry.
That is very true. That is why on the last lap with a 13-second gap, we give Mick no excuses.
DRS is enabled. DRS is enabled.
I don't need more of you to gang up on me like this. The game crashes sometimes, okay? It just always happens to coincide when Mick does something dumb. That's all I'm saying. All right, can we stop hounding the streamer and start talking about Mick winning in Canada? And he didn't crash into the world champions on the last lap. What a guy.
Okay, so that's checkered flag.
What a race. Good.
Schumacher, first over the line.
Mick Schumacher wins in 2025.
Mick Schumacher claims first place.
No. Mick won a race. We have to acknowledge this. I had a whole rant earlier about how he couldn't beat Pierre in the same machine. Now, all it took for him to get a win over Pierre was for Pierre to crash immediately and crash out of the race. That's all it took. Ocon, Yuki does not score. Even better for us though, Red Bull does not score at all because Verstappen and Leclerc end up P11 and 12 in an absolute nightmare strategically. We're giving Mick his due on this one.
He's living the dream. Exceptional work from Mick
I can see the
Schumacher.
YouTube title now. Pierre Gasly saves Mick Schumacher. All caps. Emoji.
This is a tremendous
Yes, that is also true.
result.
Danny Rick P2. That is very impressive. Danny Rick has not had a good time in this save at all.
And it really comes as no surprise to see the Schumacher name up in lights.
You want to talk about Pierre Gasly paving the way for Mick? What a team player. There was no crash gate here.
It was a
Did you not see when I
hard-fought
stormed
contest
off?
for all three drivers, each one securing precious points.
We have to talk about P3.
This is a good result for Haas.
That's what we need to talk about.
Satisfy the
We're
whole
talking about a
team.
Danny Rick P2. We need to talk about a P3. Kevin Magnussen.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standing.
Kevin Magnussen P3 in Canada.
Heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula
Yes,
1.
Flavio Briatore did indeed storm off in Singapore 2009. Kevin Magnussen P3. Also British. I'll point out when one British lad earlier was going on about how Albon was better than Mick for going from P12 on the grid to P1. I can't help but notice that Mick Schumacher just went from P12 to P1. Are we gonna talk about that? All I'm saying. All I'm saying, Mick, Cat 1 point behind Verstappen in the drivers now. And Haas F1, 37-point lead. A 37-point lead in the constructors. We're flying. And Ferrari and Red Bull didn't score a single point. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a race. Mick is now OP. I'm here for it. I am. I'm here for it. I really, really am. We lost $720,000 because of Mick, by the way. Finish position in the mud. Qualifying position in the mud. Reach Q3 in the mud. Qualifying position streak in the mud. $719,869. Livid.